Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 107.5 FM WSFD-LP Westfield.
Support for the community programming provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
It is Tuesday where you are, and it is, what is it? Oh my gosh, it's Bastille Day. Bonjour, comment allez-vous? No, comment ça va? How do you say it? How do you say it in French, Pete?
I have no idea. I took Spanish.
No, it's allô. Comment ça va? Très bien, merci, et vous? Yeah, oui. Something like that.
Okay.
All right, it's Bastille Day. July 14th, 2026 and counting. And I am here in the studio on a rather hot day. We are taping on Monday, and am I looking at the right camera, Peter?
The one in the middle.
Right, straight on, like I'm doing.
No, over one.
There we go.
That one, yeah.
Oh, right here.
Yeah,
there you are.
This is when we do the single set. You look at that camera.
Oh, I got it.
So when Ed comes later, you look at the camera you were looking at.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Or you could put two of us here. Could that be possible?
No,
Like
not at the little desk. It doesn't look right.
No, it doesn't? Okay.
The big desk looks right for that.
Listen, everybody, it's a fake desk to begin with. What you see is not what I'm sitting at.
Right.
Believe it or not. They know that.
Yes.
Yes. And where you are is not really real at all.
Let's do the time warp, baby.
Yes, exactly right. So we are in the past working for the future.
Maybe you should change your theme song to "Let's Do the Time Warp."
No, thank you. No. Lin-Manuel Miranda, who is on every airwave now because he's got Moana coming out, this big remake of a cartoon.
He got The Rock to sing.
Huh?
He got The Rock to sing.
He did, and apparently it's okay. I heard some good things and some bad things about the film because apparently they took a cartoon and they redid it totally live
With the same, I think almost all the same actors.
all the same actors, and no, except for I think the woman that plays Moana is a new person, but I think the Aurelia or whatever her name was, the lovely woman from Hawaii who played Moana originally, maybe in the movie, but certainly is an executive producer of the movie. And the movie was directed, believe it or not, by the guy who directed Hamilton with Tommy Kail. And strangely enough, there have been questions, well, why do you make a remake exactly like the cartoon? Why, if you're going to make a remake, change it a little bit. Even Snow White, which was lambasted by the critics last year, was changed in some way. So you're not just making a remake to make a remake, but apparently there are reasons for it. And, I can't remember Moana, the cartoon, so much, but I'm kind of dying to see how they do crabs that sing and whatever. And, it's kind of nice. And to see The Rock moving in every which way. Was he a nice character in wrestling, in the wrestling world?
He did both. He was a baby face and a heel.
And a heel?
A heel, yes.
In what way?
Baby face, good guy.
Yeah.
Heel, bad guy.
A heel bad guy. And how did he become a bad guy if he was such a nice guy?
Well, your character changes over time. Not everybody's the same person they started out as.
Oh, okay.
And usually it was a storytelling, a plot device.
Uh-huh.
Remember, the characters are plot devices just like everybody else. So like right now in wrestling,
right,
Cody Rhodes,
yeah,
whose dad was a babyface wrestler forever.
Okay.
Has been a babyface his entire time in the company, and everybody's waiting for him to turn to heel, to turn to the bad guy, and it may never happen. Some guys stay babyface the entire career, like John Cena was babyface his 24-year career, then turned heel. Nobody ever thought he'd turn heel. He's announced he's going to retire in a year, do like a retirement tour.
Right.
He turns babyface for half of the tour and just pisses everybody off because he turned into a bad guy. Kicked somebody in the cojones and turned heel. And then for the last 6 months of his run, he turned back to babyface and the crowds cheered him. So,
yeah.
But he was funny because he had this known for his big, huge entrances with all kinds of colors and stuff. Mm-hmm. And when he turned heel, his video background was a black screen and just the characters of his name, and that was it.
Oh, my God.
It was awesome.
Oh, my God. I love it. Well, we've got a hero coming in right now to the studio. Come right in and sit down.
We'll fade off to this one.
Look at this. We got a background and everything. Sit down right here. Yeah. See, it's different. You're in the light. Look at Ed Orgill as I live and breathe.
Hey.
Yeah. How are you?
I live and breathe.
Yeah. I brought your coffee. Right. All right. Put that right near you. Put the ears on.
All right.
What are you wearing on top there?
Oh, this is a hat.
I got one of those.
Do you have what does that say? Expo.
It says Expo 74.
Expos.
I don't expect
That was a World's Fair?
Yeah, I don't expect anybody in this part of the country to know anything about Expo 74.
Expo 74.
Was there a World's Fair in Seattle?
Spokane, Washington.
Spokane. Okay.
Spokane, Washington.
The first
Yes.
World's Fair that had Earth Day as its
Its theme.
Yeah.
Wild. Okay.
Richard Nixon spoke at it in the summer of 1974
Yeah.
before he resigned. I was 6 years old. I got lost in the crowd, and and my parents had to come and get me from the police because I had wandered off in the crowd. And there's a picture. My parents have.
No.
There's a picture of me when I was 5 almost.
Yeah.
And it was on opening day, and I had gotten lost, and so there's a picture of me with it sitting in a police car with a police hat on.
Oh, okay. It didn't look like you were being arrested.
No.
No. It looked
That
like
was,
you
that
were.
was a little
To make
later
sure-
in my
Oh,
life.
later in the
They wanted to
life.
make sure you didn't wander off again.
Yeah.
A little later.
Later in okay.
later on.
So this seems to have a baseball in
Oh
the
yes,
center of
that's the Spokane Indians.
it. Spokane Indians.
Yeah, but they're called the Spokane Indians because they have a very close relationship with the Spokane tribe.
Spokane.
Yeah, which is what Spokane was named after, but it's
Oh.
been anglicized. So,
Oh.
but since they have such a close relationship with the Spokane tribe, they haven't changed their name because the tribe didn't want them to. So, when last time I was in Spokane, I went and saw an Indians ball game. They're a single A ball club. They used to be affiliated with Texas. Now it's a different team.
It's not. It doesn't have anything to do with our Starfires. It's not.
No.
They're
No.
not.
They're up
No.
the ladder from the Starfires.
They're a higher up.
Maybe, but
Yeah.
not,
Maybe.
if they are, not very far because they're not. It's not like none of these guys are headed to majors anytime soon. That's for sure.
I love it.
But
Okay.
they were pitching fast though. There were fastballs over 90 miles an hour, but they were a little. errant.
What? What's the word?
Single A.
Yeah,
Single A is usually guys right out of college
yeah,
that have potential and they want to see more of them.
yeah. I think that's.
Wild. Wow.
I was told there's a bunch of pitchers on Spokane's team, and they're all playing all these different positions. But they're all potentially pitchers, apparently.
Oh.
So which is why, Sonia read this somewhere.
Yeah.
I didn't know this at all.
Sure.
That the purpose of the team changes, but I guess they do have these teams for specific purposes. It's not uncommon for a AAA club or a single A club to have.
Right.
A bunch of pitchers on it, more people playing all the positions, right? Because they're just on the team and they're kind of developing. It's interesting stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice that a pitcher that they learns I don't know how it works, but do you have to train to be an outfielder, or
Well, they
you
have to-
just be put out in the? I was always put in the outfield, fearing that there was going to be a ball come my way. Because no, that's not. I'm a total lie.
Yeah, well,
total
that's
lie.
probably not why
was-
you played AAA ball then. Or
I did. Or why? Why
by
didn't
the
you
ti- I
just
think-
cut that? Why didn't I play ball? Period.
I think
We're talking park and rec, Bob. That's a little bit different.
it's
I think
different.
by the time you get to
All right.
even high school or even Legion ball, those guys can all field, catch, and throw. Right? You should, if you're taking baseball seriously and you're at high school age or older, you can play any position. You kind of.
Oh.
You might not be
they're
really
probably-
good at it, but you can play it.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
There's some basic things you need to be able to field, catch, throw. Basic.
So if you couldn't,
Kind of like being able to play something.
yeah,
in
but okay,
band.
yeah, okay, really,
Yeah.
okay. So if you can't pitch, if you can't throw, this was my fear, throwing.
Oh, probably not. Baseball's probably not your thing then. I don't know.
Or
It was
football.
it was my brother's thing. My father devoted a lot of time to teaching him how to throw a ball.
Oh, okay.
And
Yep.
I, pardon the expression, was throwing a ball, whatever this means. I think it's you know what I'm about to say. I throw a ball like a,
A person who can't throw a ball.
oh, you are so good.
Yeah.
I throw a ball like a girl.
Okay.
Now,
Don't let my wife hear you that.
No,
Yeah,
I
she
know.
can throw
That's
balls.
what I'm saying.
I've seen some girls in softball that pitch almost 90 miles an hour underhand.
Well,
Yeah, exactly.
This was an expression
I've
from.
witnessed that.
This
That's an
was-
outdated expression.
It's an outdated
Yes, it is.
expression.
Yeah. It's very indicative of one of the positive changes that society's made over the last few decades.
No one says I throw like a girl.
Old people still say it. It's just
Oh.
that,
Until they have to
It's
face
just-
a girl
it's
that
just
can
you're
pitch
gonna get
50,
an
60
eyebrow.
miles an hour.
Right.
Have you
They'll say it
taken
and you
a
get
good
one of
look?
these.
Yeah,
No.
really.
Yeah.
Bob,
Yeah,
at the World Series, right, in the 18U division, I've seen girls that whip a softball so fast that I couldn't hit it. I couldn't even come close to it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a great baseball player either,
No.
but I'd be like, I seen girls at 12 and 14U whipping that ball 50 miles an hour.
Oh man, I would when I
Because
was
you could pitch
doing-
faster underhand
Yeah.
than you can
Well,
overhand.
here these are tickets
you.
to the Starfires for you.
Fabulous.
Anytime. There are 3 of them.
Thank you.
You're
Well,
welcome.
I'll go. You know,
Yeah.
I have some folks that are tenants of mine, and their son is a
Is
pitcher
one-
for the Starfires.
Oh.
He's one of a really great one. He just graduated. His name's Josh Mayo.
Josh Mayo.
Yeah, he's been in the paper.
Oh,
He's
gotcha.
He's quite a.
And so you're putting the family up?
No, they
paying
moved
rent.
to the area so he could be closer to high school, and so they
I get
they
it.
rented my old house from me. And so they're
Right around the corner from where I live?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
good.
Yeah.
I could visit him.
Josh plays for the Starfires. and he's
Well,
a
there you
fabulous
go.
pitcher, yeah.
I can
wanna
get you
see him
tickets
play.
anytime you want.
Great.
Yeah.
I need to find out when he's pitching because I'd love to go see him play.
Oh, that would be good. All right, so this I don't know. We were talking about something way before you came in and interrupted our conversation, which was
Oh.
of real importance.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what it was about.
Well, maybe
I don't
Peter
remember
can help.
either.
See, so apparently it wasn't important. So wherever you are out there, whatever we were talking about, forget about it. He's here. We're going to talk. You know.
Expo 74. That's what you were. You couldn't have been talking about that before I arrived, but you know.
No, we could. No, it had nothing to do.
It didn't even enter the zeitgeist.
We were. You know what we were talking about? Moana.
That's what we were talking
Oh
about.
no. Okay.
We were talking about The Rock.
Moana.
Bat poo? No.
Guano.
Moana.
No, wait, but that's
Moana.
bird poop. But what's bat poop?
Goanna.
Guana?
Guana. I always
We're
called
talking
it
about
guana.
Moana.
Owana?
Moana.
Moana.
What's
The
that?
movie.
No. Oh, okay. So this is.
I
What do you-
only have a fleeting sense of familiarity. Nothing.
All right.
I
so
got nothing from.
This is a cartoon.
Oh, okay.
I don't think they call them cartoons anymore either, Peter. Do they?
Yeah, they do.
Oh yeah, it's an
Animated movie.
Animated, yeah. It is with The Rock playing in Hawaii, and he
Right.
plays the god of the sea
Right.
with music by, wait for it, Lin-Manuel Miranda,
Okay.
who wrote the theme for my show here.
Oh.
That
okay.
thing from at the beginning of my show. No. You
From Into
you
the
have
Heights.
to listen to the beginning of my show.
Oh, okay.
We just repeated the opening to this thing called something. It's from In the Heights, but we repeated a vamp over and over again and created a song.
Oh.
Sort of really could have
And we,
cool.
and we
Kind
added,
of like,
I
kinda
added,
like almost all pop music's made these days.
right.
By
added
selecting a beat from a pre-recorded collection of them that they're authorless, maybe even created by AI. And
You got well here, wait, Peter.
Or-
would you mind
or hum
playing
a
it?
few bars.
Playing it for
Sure.
playing it for.
Wrong one.
Okay, here we go. Here, he added the birds because I wanted it to be like Robert J. Lertzema, who was a famous personality, who always opened his shows with birds.
those actual birds, or is that an
Yeah.
AI
Oh.
bird?
No, that was recorded.
Here's my. Did you have those little, those caw-caws there? This is it. And then if you listen to the original cast album, then somebody comes in and sings.
Yeah.
But I just took this because it sounded so like an alarm clock. Now, there it is. What do you think? Isn't that a nice theme song?
Yeah.
What do you call that? Did I sample? Is it a sample?
Actually, we're looping.
It's a loop, and it's hard to say because that sound, which sounds like a plucked guitar, is either that's probably a sample too, right? So
No, because it was a Broadway recording. So
This
I bet
was
you there
the
was
original Broadway recording.
I think
Okay.
I think they did it with a band.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But even then, they could take that recording
okay.
and make a sample from it, because that's all a sample is a short recording that's then, used as the sound.
As a lick?
No, or as a sound. You used to, like with synthesizer, you used to construct sounds by stacking waves on top of each other. I'm not exactly sure how it works because I've never been an electronic music artist. But in the 80s, they started sampling things, right? And so samples are basically short recordings. At first, they were really kind of odd because if you put a sample on a keyboard of a specific instrument, the attack there's always things that give it away.
Like this.
Yeah, that's hand claps and a drum and a kick drum, but that's not that's not actually somebody clapping in a kick drum. It's that's probably, I'm not sure that's even a sample. That's probably I don't know.
That comes with my DJ program.
Oh, right. Snare
Listen
drum.
to this.
Yeah. That probably is a sample of a snare drum, but not actually a snare drum.
It's not a snare drum. Charlie Puth does this a lot.
Yeah.
Charlie Puth, who graduated, I think, from Berkeley or someplace.
Okay.
Smart. You know his
sure.
music at all? You do.
No, I don't. I just know that I know Berkeley has you can major in laptop at Berkeley now.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
Wow, wild. Well, he really knows classical music, and he knows hooks and all of that sort of stuff. And what he does, he puts stuff together. Like he'll go on like Jimmy Kimmel or one of those shows, and Jimmy will say something, and he'll take it, and then he'll make it into a song of some or something. It's really rather clever. But if you listen to his podcasts, he is talking about what makes music and how we listen and all those kinds of things. He's a really good teacher, as a matter of fact. Charlie Puth, his name is. But
Okay.
So I got a question for you. Then jazz. First, everybody, if you don't know who this guy is, we're not just talking cheap meat here. We're talking. This is the chair of the music department at Westfield State University.
Yes.
Applause, please. What's it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That was an applause. Whatever that was. Yeah.
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 That entails a lot of administrative work, mostly.
Administrative.
Yeah. Once
I feel your pain.
I started doing less music as soon as I became chair.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Okay.
But also, one of my favorite.
feel your pain.
Saxophonists. Is it saxo or saxa?
Saxo.
Saxo.
Unless you're reading a jazz history assignment, and then you might see saxophone a lot.
There was a saxophone.
No, but you see that it's a misspelling I see a lot. Saxophone.
Is it vibraphone or vibrophone?
Ooh. Vibraphone.
I think it's vibra.
Yeah. Vibrate, vibra.
Vibrate, vibra.
Vibraphone, saxophone.
Yeah, and sax has nothing to do with sex, or that's not a verb, it's a man's name who invented the
Adolf
sax.
Sax.
Yeah.
Belgian man.
A Belgian
So
man.
aside from, laying waste to the U.S. men's soccer team, Belgium also has the distinction of inventing the saxophone.
Nice
but
shot.
It was delivered in Paris, though. So that's where Paris is where the saxophone was introduced to the world. But Adolf Sax had moved there from Belgium.
But
1846, by the way.
1846.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
that's
what
really
doctoral
relatively-
comprehensive exams give you, that kind of info.
Oh
a
my
relatively new
Yeah.
instrument then.
Yeah, actually, of the wind instruments that are known that are actually played in orchestra, even though the saxophone is not a regular orchestral instrument, it does actually have orchestral parts written for it on occasion. I get to play those once in a while.
Oh my God! Do you know that today is Bastille Day? So it's really appropriate that we are highlighting Paris or the Parisian. Here,
I'll take my hat
Take
back.
take your beautiful Expo
I need
74.
that. I start wearing baseball caps now because
Why? Your hair is so adorable.
Well, here's the
you
thing.
have really nice hair.
So my wife Sonia and I, she's
Yeah.
also a faculty member at Westfield City.
Wonderful,
by the way.
wonderful.
Fabulous.
And she's
an
appearing.
author, by the way, just being published.
Oh no, you're kidding me.
Yeah, her book's called "It Don't Mean a Thing If It Ain't Got Those Strings," and it's published by Routledge.
Oh, I
And
can't wait.
You can
all
find
about-
it on Amazon now. I think
It don't mean a thing if
you don't want to buy the
got
hard
that
copy.
swing.
It's too much. It's like $200
Oh,
for the
it's
hard
$200.
copy. But
$200.
you can buy the electronic version now. It's going to come out in paperback, but they leave it. That will be a year from now or something like
Oh,
that.
okay. But $200. My God, that's
Yeah, it's like a
it's
textbook.
less
It's
than
it's
seats
like a
at the
textbook.
at the games. The FIFA
Oh yeah, that's
games.
right. You can get it. You can get by Sonia's text, or you could double that amount and maybe get tickets to see the U.S. men's soccer team play.
Oh, well, you want to hear?
Oh wait, you can't do that anymore. They
Oh, my
got beat
God.
by Belgium.
Well, okay. I don't think these people are listening. I went to a party of my 80-year-old friends this weekend at my friend Dennis's house up on Western Avenue. Western Avenue. No, what is it? Is that the Western Avenue? You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
By the
So
college.
we go out. It's in the backyard. It's under a tree. It's beautiful. So we're all watching ourselves age. We meet every. Yeah, we meet. Oh, shut up.
Everybody does that. We look in the
Well,
mirror
that was just the way you just said that. It just like offhanded comment. It was just funny.
Well, okay, yeah. Well, I am funny. So let's
Yeah,
face it. You're funny. You're funny. You are one of the funnier, driest wit persons I know. You're a lot more fun than you look. No, that's not true at all. You look like Santa, but
I'm trying to fix that, by the way.
Oh yeah, okay, got it.
Just
All
why
right.
I didn't have you bring me anything from Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh yeah. Well, this has no calories in it. It's caffeine. It's a caffeine. They're calling it a zero caffeine drink. So I'm having caffeine, and it's 0 calories. Of course, it has probably some kind of like chemicals in here that are. It's blueberry and watermelon together, supposedly. All right.
This is flavored black coffee.
Yeah, I get iced tea with the
All right,
unsweetened
okay.
flavor.
So, my question that I return to is that jazz artists, have been sampling music forever. Because when I listen to jazz, sometimes I'll hear a little riff, maybe 3 or 4 or 5 notes that remind me of another song.
Oh, okay. So that's not sampling, but
That's not sampling.
That's
what
what
do you call it?
Well, sometimes if it's intentional, it's a quote.
Or like a
Right?
callback.
So sometimes an improvising soloist will quote another
Right.
like in their solo,
Right.
right?
But sometimes that, they're...
So like it's like kind of citing something that they've heard, right? Because
Right. So they're playing, stormy weather. Don't know why there's a cloud up in the sky. So it's a tortured song, and in the middle of it, you hear the three little fishies, or three something that has nothing to do with what the song is. But it's
Right.
But the notes are so similar that leads you into that progression. Is that what happens?
Sometimes, yeah, or sometimes it's intentional. There's a story, I think it was in Miles Davis' autobiography, where he's talking about Charlie Parker.
Oh.
And he says, I'm trying to remember where I read this, but so Parker was standing on the street and he was kind of fascinated by one of these Salvation Army bands that was playing music from the Salvation Army. And I think it was Miles who couldn't figure out why. Why is this titan of music, wasting his time listening to this, these guys kind of hack their way through it. Not to say anything about that, but I mean, what they were doing was I'm sure it was fine, but then later on he said he went into a club where Parker was, and this is weeks later or something, and Parker spotted him from across the room, and he was playing a solo at the time, and he quoted the tune that they were playing that day. Right?
Oh.
So
Oh my! Oh, I
Yeah.
see. Okay.
So I don't remember what the tune was.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
but Parker had that's the kind of mind that Charlie Parker had. So
Yeah.
You know.
Well, and strangely enough, we're playing a lot of Charlie Parker.
Oh.
If you noticed,
Yeah.
I have some sampling of Charlie Parker and some stuff here on the thing. But before we do that, we're going to play "Good Morning Starshine" from
Hey, Bob,
Hair.
have you ever heard
Okay.
the ultimate kind of like loop song?
The
And it was
ultimate
released by
loop
Blue
song.
Note Records, so it's a legitimate jazz label.
What?
Have you ever heard of it? You ever
The
heard of it?
ultimate.
is it that Herbie Hancock thing?
Not the Herbie Hancock version, the Us 3 version.
What is what is it?
The
What?
Cantaloupe.
Oh, Cantaloupe Island.
Cantaloupe.
But this is from
Yeah.
Us 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, we have something special down here at Birdland.
This is
Who
from
is
their,
that?
This is from Blue Note
recording
Records.
for Blue Note Records.
This is nice. Peter, well, we'll talk while we're
So
playing.
this,
What is-
somebody sampled that recording.
It's all samples.
Yeah. So they're taking. Yeah.
So these aren't. That wasn't a person. That was
Well,
AI or
It
whatever.
was actually. I think it was somebody has taken that recording and kind of deconstructed it and put it back together and added electronic beats to it and stuff like that.
Oh, I see.
I'm not. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
yeah.
What
some
they
rap.
call-
They're
it's
putting some
like
rap to it.
club music or house music.
Yeah,
Sort of like that.
yeah, I think
It's
so.
from 1993, and it's
Yeah.
a jazz rap combo from
Yeah.
Great Britain.
Oh, wow.
Right.
And they had access to the entire Blue Note catalog.
That's probably that. I mean, if you, categories, yeah, that's a whole other thing. Which
Or catalog.
well, yeah, but this might be. I think that's acid jazz.
Acid jazz.
That's what. Yeah, that's where there's a lot of electronics in that involved with that. It's not my area, but
Yeah, yeah.
and I know it's really there's a lot of that going on in the UK. So I think that's if you want to classify that.
This
that's
was
what
one of
that
the
was.
first, I think,
Yeah,
because it was 1993 this
Yeah.
song came out, and it charted in the U.S. and in UK.
Really? And it charted on the jazz.
It charted in Billboard's Hot 100.
yeah.
That was a
You know,
big hit,
wow.
summertime hit.
Jazz musicians are always trying to find ways to capture the attention of more folks,
Of course.
but and they're not always succeeding, and that's it's a tough question.
It really is. We should go then. Well, I've got some questions for you on this, but
Yeah.
we're going to go totally way off beat here. Let me just. I think we do the 620 song, Peter. This is called "Good Morning Starshine." Do you know this song? From Oliver, from Hair. Do you know Hair? Yeah.
Sort of. I don't. I wouldn't be able to give you a plot synopsis.
You would, okay.
I know
you
it
don't.
exists.
Well, yeah.
I might be able to even if I had a multiple choice, I might be able to pick the song that goes with the show. But
This is a song that what it does is it's got a hook to it that is so hummable that you can't get it out of your head once you start. And
Okay.
Oh, great.
But interesting,
Yeah.
no, but yeah.
earworms. For
Oh,
the one?
earworms. This is my
Great.
earworm because, but also, Hair was it changed Broadway because suddenly instead of Rodgers and Hammerstein kind of stuff,
Right.
or even Stephen Sondheim stuff, they were sampling rock and roll in a way. But
Right.
strangely enough, the rock and roll was written by a man with a tie, Galt McDermott, and a hippie kind of like.
Yeah,
Galt
careful though.
McDermott.
You got to be careful to use when you're talking about sampling. That's an electronic thing. It's like it's
Oh,
taking.
okay.
It's electronic recording of a thing, and then you take that recording, and it becomes the sound that you're going to be
Right.
using
Oh,
electronically.
If you put the
So-
notes from some other song, that's kind of quoting the song.
it's quoting the song
And you
or
have to
borrowing
give-
a melody or
Yeah.
Okay.
like all sorts of.
Yeah.
We can come up with all kinds
Yeah.
of synonyms. But if you're talking about sampling, though, that's a very specific thing.
So
that's
what
done
I'm
in
asking you to
electronic
do
music.
is when you listen to this, I want you to see if there's. I think that the beginning of this song and the chorus of it
Okay.
could be adapted, and nobody has ever done this, I don't think. There's not a jazz version. Well, there may be jazz versions of Hair out there. Maybe Stan Kenton did it. But at any rate, enough talk. This is Oliver.
Okay.
The name of the Englishman who sang this is Oliver, and this was a huge hit when I was growing up. Well, no, I was old. It was 1967, 68.
What's the title of the
It
tune
is
again?
called Good Morning Starshine. Here we go.
Okay.
Good morning, starshine. The earth says hello. You twinkle above us, we twinkle below. Good morning, starshine. Lead us along, my love and me, as we sing our early morning singing song. Glitty gloo, glooby, dibby, dabby, dooby, la la la, lo lo. Saba, sibby, saba, dooby, abba, nabba, lee, lee, lo lo. Dooby, ooby, walla, dooby, abba, nabba, early morning singing song. Good morning, starshine. There's love in your skies, reflecting the sunlight in my lover's eyes. Good morning, starshine. So happy to be my love and me, as we sing our early morning singing song. Glitty gloo, glooby, dibby, dabby, dooby, la la la, lo lo. Saba, sibby, saba, dooby, abba, nabba, lee, lee, lo lo. Dooby, dooby, walla, dooby, abba, nabba, early morning singing song. Can you hear me singing a song, loving a song, singing a song, loving a song, laughing a song, singing a song, sing a song, song to sing, song, 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 sing, 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 sing song. Song, 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 sing, 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 sing song. Sing, sing song, sing song. Yeah, you can sing, sing, sing song, sing a song. Sing, sing song, sing a song. Sing.
Support for community programming provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. Visit bettsplumbing.com or 14 Coleman Avenue, Westfield. Public welcome.
Listen to me, Michael Buster McMahon, Mondays 8 to 10 a.m. to learn the stories behind your favorite songs. Or don't. I'm not the boss of you.
Community Radio.
107.5 FM WSFD. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 107.5 FM WSFD-LP Westfield.
Yeah. Well, it is Tuesday morning, and we are enjoying our time with our musicologist par excellence.
Careful. I'm
What?
not a musicologist. That's my wife.
Wait a minute. So, wait a minute. You're not a well, here you are helping me to learn about music.
Generally, musicologists have a PhD in music history.
Oh.
That's my wife, Sonia.
Oh.
I have my doctorate's in saxophone performance and pedagogy. So, like, I'm a performance. I did write a dissertation, but it wasn't.
It was.
I wouldn't say I'm a musicologist. I do kind of do that kind of stuff a little bit, but I dabble in it. But
well, you help me to understand music. So
yeah,
what would that?
I'm a
you're
professor of
pedagogue.
music.
You're
I
a
think we need to have
pedagogue.
both of them.
Yeah, I am that. I am a pedagogue.
That would be fascinating.
I do
Yeah.
try to improve my teaching, but I'm a professor of music. You could say that.
Yes, yeah.
Musicologist.
So, musicologist.
Is generally somebody who writes books on, like. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, let's give another. Let's give another plug to the. It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that. Those strings. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm going to have her on to talk about this.
Oh, that
with you.
No. She could.
When the paperback comes out, when people can afford it.
Yeah, that's right.
All right,
Yeah.
so Good Morning Starshine was
Yes.
one of my favorite songs ever, and I can't ever not think of it, but when I hear it, you said something to me about it. You said it's time specific. I mean...
Yeah, it's very of an era, right? There's a specific sound that it had. It made me think of John Denver, of actually the period of Expo 74. Like, you know... Back that period of time, the way the drums were mixed, and actually the tension on the snare drum, the sound, the way that the sound of the electric bass was very kind of pure and not too affected, and there was the strings playing footballs. We call that in music we call that footballs, where they're just playing whole notes, so they're playing sustained. You can hear the sustained strings in the background.
Sure. Yes, right.
And
which
kinda
was really
in.
60s music,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Well,
late 60s.
They put the strings on everything somehow.
Yeah, that's right. They kind of and it's that was kind of, believe it or not, that was kind of a bossa nova, right?
This
the
is
beat,
a bossa nova?
Yeah, the beat for that, but rock and roll, there's a whole thing about how rock and roll was very heavily influenced by Latin music. There's a lot of scholarship out there about that, and sometimes it's hard to hear, but it's there, and it's very clear in that one, because that's like almost a straight bossa nova. Boom, dun dun, dun dun, chicka.
Loving a song.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it made me think of Julio Iglesias too.
Oh no!
Like that kind of stuff. Yeah.
I would love to have him here. This is too plebeian a song for him to do.
Who was the composer you said?
Gull McDermott and Jerry Ratto.
Okay,
Ratto and
they were Broadway composers, right?
Most yes.
Yeah, those guys are very, very skilled. Very. There's a craftsmanship in that piece that I thought was really clear. In that they were capturing the sound of the era very well, and there was really some lovely counterpoint in there, and the way it was paced, and like I could tell that it was written by somebody who knows what they're doing. A lot of very, very well crafted composition.
Interestingly enough, they did another musical based on the Human Comedy by William Saroyan, and it is a sung through musical. And this one, strangely enough, really didn't have a plot until
like spoken dialogue, like an opera, just saying.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Human comedy, very little spoken, as I remember it. In fact, I was bored to hell. It's bored out of my mind when I went to see it. It's maybe might be good now or whatever, and they really never did much beyond. I mean, they've done beyond but one of them is very classically trained.
Yeah.
The composer.
Yeah.
is very classically trained. And I wondered, when you're classically trained and they were writing for a time, and so you're writing for this time, and if you write for the
in
time...
the time, too. I mean,
or in the time.
They were in the time they were writing.
Oh, yeah. Well, what they did, the show was all about wartime. And when Milos Forman...
Vietnam?
Vietnam.
Yeah.
You must see the movie because the movie is one of the best musicals ever made to the screen.
Yeah, I gotta watch it.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah. But the idea is there are all these hippies, and then one of them gets called up to go to Vietnam, and whether he's going to go to Vietnam or whatever, and they sample. Listen to me. Within the score is they take that what a piece of work is man, how noble in reason, and they take that song and it's by Shakespeare, wrote the lyrics, and they apply it to this, and then at the end the guy marches off to war. He gets his head shaved and all the, and the name of the song is the whole thing is Hair, because and there it's got rhythm and blues. Oh, you got to hear.
So
it.
let me ask you this: Good Morning Starshine. You
Yes.
say that's the opening piece, right?
Maybe it is. All I picture is Beverly D'Angelo in a car with her hair streaming.
Oh, okay.
You
What
know,
I was wondering is if it's meant to set the scene of, life before being sent off to war. Like the
very
sort
much.
of idyllic kind of hippie hang of the late '60s when everybody's like
That's
peace and
right.
love and
That's
right?
exact.
So not a care in the world.
Not a care in the world. The biggest song from this
Yeah.
is the Flesh Failures and Let
Yeah.
the Sunshine In.
Yeah.
Actually, Good Morning Starshine is the 33rd song in the show.
Oh, so that's well into the piece. Okay.
The first
Thank
one
you.
is Aquarius.
The Dawning of Aquarius.
Oh,
this
of
is
course.
the dawning of the Maid
That's
of Aquarius.
Act 1, song
That's
1.
the big hit.
The big hit, yeah.
That's the biggest
and
hit.
the big thing that was that
That would be the piece on the multiple choice, and I would be able to place it there.
all right. I love it. I love it. So this
Starshine, I wouldn't have known.
you wouldn't have done that.
no.
No. I would like you to hear every song and rate every song in that show. It would be really interesting for me. Here, I'll do a song from the show for you.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Here we go.
I met a boy named Frank Mills on December 12th right here in front of the Waverly. But unfortunately, I lost his address. He was last seen with his friend, a drummer, who resembles George Harrison of the Beatles, but he wears his hair tied in a small bow at the back. I love him, but it embarrasses me when I walk down the street with him. He lives in Brooklyn somewhere and wears this quite crash helmet. He has gold chains on his leather jacket, and on the back he's written the names Mary and Mom and Hell's Angels. I would gratefully appreciate it if you see him. Tell him that I'm in the park with my girlfriend, and please tell him Angela and I don't want our $2 back, just him. What do you think?
There's a lot in there.
Isn't that?
Yeah. Did you ever perform here?
Never.
Oh.
No. You had a disrobe. No. I probably would have disrobed.
You need to look at the song list because some of it's pretty spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's a song about if you pardon the expression, sodomy. I think can I say
That's
that
number
in the
4,
morning?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's song number 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So, but
Very well.
and it broke barriers.
Spicy.
It really broke barriers. And
Yes.
at the end of Act 1, they strip.
Okay.
And the lights go off very soon after they take their clothes off. But people were running to the theater
You're right.
to see this one thing where you had Treat Williams and Diane Keaton. Diane Keaton was in the show, among others. John Sav. There were a whole bunch in the original. And then in the movie, there.
So when did it premiere?
John, Peter, would you mind? I think it's 69. It was really near the height of the Vietnam War, I think. Maybe wrong. What do you think, Pete?
It says 67.
67. So 67. Yeah.
Yeah. So like this stuff was like, and that sound was really. I mean, I do remember the sound, and I remember Hair was huge, but
Huge.
I was too young for it.
Yeah.
You know, I was born in '68. So
Yeah.
I do remember some of the songs, and I remember there was a lot of buzz about it in the
Yeah.
early '70s. Like it was definitely, but by the time I was old enough to understand, you know, what it meant, it was probably passé by then. 'Cause
Well,
you know,
prior-
I was an '80s
Yeah.
teenager.
Yeah.
So
Well, right about this time, this was the nadir. Everybody said Broadway has rock and roll in it. Oh my God, it's the end of Broadway.
right.
Because suddenly you've got, you know, most of the swing tunes that you talk
Mm-hmm.
about and you love were written for Broadway shows.
A lot of them, yeah.
Many,
Yeah, of them.
many.
Absolutely.
And some of the biggest
American songbooks.
the American Songbook all come from Broadway shows,
Yeah.
and they would always make an album of bands and orchestras would play those Rodgers and Hart songs, those
Yes.
Hammerstein. Then along came Sondheim, who suddenly, in his early days, was doing Bernstein and West Side Story. That was early on. So jazz, that sort of thing came about 1959 or so. So you wait 10 years, but suddenly you got rock and roll in Broadway.
Yeah, it's like when Miranda put rap in it.
Oh my God! Yes,
Right.
absolutely. And Lin Miranda changed Broadway. I mean that when we talk about the change in music on Broadway, which led to the American Songbook, which no longer is happening as much. You know, we don't get songs from Broadway that become big hits now.
Not really.
Not really. No.
Why? And that's an
Why?
interesting thing to explore.
Very
I
interesting.
got some ideas, but
You got some. What do you think? What
yeah,
come on,
it'd
throw
be
it
all
out there,
curmudgeon
Mister.
kind of stuff. But
Huh?
I just don't think that craftsmen like that are around much anymore. That can
Hmm.
marry melody to text in that way. You know, you don't see partners writing songs anymore. You don't even see, you know, too many artists that that have songs written for them anymore. Right? There used to be, you know. There were composers and there were performers and there were copyists and there was so much specialization in the music world, both because of the symphonic world, but also because of Broadway.
Yeah.
Because you know the jobs were so involved, right? And there was a lot of craftsmanship in each of those tasks, right? So composers, kind of probably like these fellas that wrote, you know, this piece that wrote the music for Hair. You know, they understood Broadway,
Right.
and they had that. There's that kind of craftsmanship in there
Right.
these days. And it's not that there isn't people out there working that aren't talented or anything like that, or the ones that don't understand the kind of craftsmanship I'm talking about. It's just that it's not necessary anymore to be able to produce something that's going to capture people's attention. Right? You can take loops and beats and stack them on top of each other and put some rhythmic poetry on top of that and have something that's really meaningful that captures people's attention now.
Right.
And you don't really have to know anything about music to do that because
Right.
the computer will help you do it. Now AI will do it for you if you want. But
Oh God, help
it's
us. Yeah.
so you know I think that's one of the reasons why maybe maybe
I think one of my criticisms of Broadway is that many of the shows use anthems. One anthem. I mean, what is an anthem? What do we call the word anthem?
you mean a theme song? You mean or something?
It's
Because an
more.
anthem, I always think of an anthem as being something, a national song is an anthem.
That's
of course,
exact.
right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of it used in another context besides.
Well,
that,
here, I'll
but-
give you an example. This is Andrew Lloyd Webber. Love changes everything. Da 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 da.
Yeah.
Love changes. You know, but the song, it's sort of
Is that
like
an anthem?
preachy. Well, I call it an anthem. I may be using the wrong term,
Maybe.
but you know,
don't
it's
know.
sort of like. When you walk through a storm, hold your head up. What is that? You'll never walk alone. That kind of like stirring, kind of like screaming at the top of your lungs, letting out your emotions. Not,
Yeah, in my mind, an anthem actually says something very specific about the purpose of the music, not so much its sound. But I mean, right? So, like,
the purpose to stir up
it's
emotions.
representative of something that's amusical, like a nation, or that's I don't know. My point is that Francis Scott Key's
Right.
Star Spangled Banner wasn't a national anthem. It wasn't an anthem until somebody made it an anthem. He didn't write. It wasn't written as an anthem. It may have been.
No, I think it was
Right.
written
It
as
was
a
a
beer
song.
song. They were
Right. It was a
chugging
song
beers to
before
that
it
song.
became an anthem.
Yeah, in England,
So-
everybody.
Yeah,
Incidentally,
so it's not about how the song sounds. It's about what the song represents, right? So
okay, all right.
so you could take any tune and make it an anthem if you can get
Yes.
enough people to understand what it stands for.
That boom. All I picture is that there's sort of like martial art, marching, or something that is larger. Like if you think of a movie or the climax of a movie. In Broadway, it's called the 11th hour song, the 11 o'clock number, because shows at 11 o'clock are getting out. Okay. Just before shows get out, they have this song that leads, that's the final boom. You've led to this number that's going to lead.
The finale.
Well, it's not. It's going to lead to the finale, but it's fine. It's like this big number that sort of. You've been waiting for her to come to her senses and leave the man.
Yeah.
She walks out on the guy, and then she walks to the front of the stage, and she says, "I am my own person," or
yeah,
whatever.
sure.
Boom, 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 and then and your heart is torn out.
Yeah. Okay.
And then then the show kind of like finishes, and then you have the finale.
Right.
So this is the song before the end of the show.
And in Broadway, they call that an anthem?
An 11 o'clock number, and usually it is something screamed at the top of a person's lungs, a realization.
Yeah.
I've changed.
Okay.
Sort of like that. You know that song? I'm telling you, I'm not going. Bye. And I am telling you, I'm not going. You're the lady from Dreamgirls. Oh, I'm taking this guy to New York. What was that? You saw a show in New York recently? Was that you, or was that somebody else? It might have been you.
I didn't see.
You haven't seen. Oh, it was Amy
thought-
Tosi.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I did see Emmett Cohen in Boston. Just
Oh my God!
a
Yes.
while ago. I did text you about that.
Oh my God! Hey, okay. So why don't we then do? I want to have you. Let's see, where are we going to start? You have a choice here. We've got about an hour, or so, if you can stay. Shall we talk about? You have a choice of starting with Jelly Roll Morton.
Sure.
Or
He's
pineapple rag, which is Scott Joplin.
Let's do Jelly Roll.
Let's do Jelly Roll. This is Jelly Roll Morton's. This is the Jelly Roll Blues. It was written in 1926, and it's not the Red Hot Chili Peppers, but believe it or not, Jelly Roll's band was called the Red Hot Peppers. Did you know that?
I did.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Question is,
Yeah.
did the Red Hot Chili Peppers know that? My guess is they do, and that they.
You think they did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they did know that, and that they were kind of tipping their hat to these guys when they named their band. But that's just a guess. You'd have to ask Flea.
Would you call him up on the phone, please? Would you ask Flea
Get
for us?
Flea on the line.
Peter, why don't you check where did the Red Hot Chili Peppers get their name?
During the break.
Okay, we're going to play Jelly Roll, the Jelly Roll Blues by Jelly Roll Morton
Jelly Roll
and his Morton band.
Okay.
There we go.
Support for the community programming provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
Hi, this is Harry Rock, host of Rock on Westfield every fourth Wednesday at 8 a.m. Tune in for my view of this place I call home.
Community Radio.
107.5 FM WSFD. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 107.5 FM WSFD-LP Westfield.
Wow, it is Tuesday, July 14th. It is Bastille Day where you are. It's the day before Bastille Day, but we are having a musical celebration and learning as we go with my pedagogue. I'm kidding. You're not a gog. You're a god to me, Ed. Ed is also, oh my God, haven't done anything about Wow, It's Tuesday, Wow, Westfield on Weekends. Let me give you a commercial. We got so much happening this coming week. We have our Thursday night is Writers Out Loud, open mic, which means you bring in a poem or you bring in a piece of literature and you read it to the group or whatever. It may be something that you've written or not. Or maybe you just want to come and listen to other good writers read their stuff, or tell a story or whatever. It's always good. It's free, and it starts at 7:00 on Thursday. Now it's the third Thursday of every month. On the weekend, we are mounting. I've been working my tail off. We have mounted, or we're mounting, this Old MacDonald Had a Farm show. Okay, it's called Old MacDonald's Farm. Rustic Charm and Country Critters, E-I-E-I-O. And if you like animals, boy, you got to come and see this show. And some of the quilts that Dawn Allen has devised, these are picture quilts of animals, coupled with these wonderful sculpts and paintings by Susan Tilton-Bacor, who had a show, Adventures in Watercolor, on PBS. Well, both of them have combined with some of our regular stalwart WOW-associated folks who have complemented both of these wonderful artists. But we opened the show on Saturday, and on the Wednesday or Thursday, the 22nd or 23rd. God, no, I don't know this. You got to go to Westfield on Weekends. It's the opening reception. I think it's on Thursday night, if I'm not mistaken, or Wednesday night. I don't know. Go to Westfield on Weekends and find out. We have also we're looking. You'll see a lot of stuff about Pumpkin Fest is happening this year, et cetera, et cetera. And oh my God, we've got to talk about Up Close and Musical, because Up Close and Musical, the summer series, has that wonderful musicologist, Sonia Lawson, right?
Yeah.
And others.
And violist, by the way.
And violist. Oh, my God.
Like a big violin.
Oh, yeah. There are so many wonderful, every week, starting on I think it's Wednesday the 22nd. Okay, so the Thursday night is the opening of the reception, the artist reception for McDonald's Farm, Old McDonald's Farm. The night before is the Up Close and Musical summer series that Liz Blaze Bennett, our wonderful student of Ed Orgill and the music department of Westfield State.
Former student.
Yeah. Has put together, as she's a member of the board, as is Ed. And we've got a whole summer series right there. You go to westfieldonweekends.com and please donate. You know, it takes all kinds of money to put on these things, and we are a not-for-profit 501c3 struggling in this economy to make things happen in Westfield. And it takes place in the downtown cultural district of Westfield, where there's always lots happening. So, Ed, we played before the break the Red Hot Peppers, not the Chili Peppers.
Right.
This was Jelly Roll Morton. Right?
Yep, fascinating.
1926. This was early on in the recording industry, but he really helped to bring jazz to the public
Oh,
through his
absolutely.
you know.
Yeah.
So what do you think about this song?
Well, it was fabulous. I enjoyed listening to it. At first listen, most people just hear, old music, right? It sounds old because of the recording technology mainly, in part, but other things, it's kind of hard to tell whether there was a muted trumpet or a cornet. It's hard to tell the difference between those two, a cornet and a trumpet. But cornet was much more common at that time in New Orleans, so it was probably a cornet. And there was a trombone in there too, but it sounded kind of almost like a kazoo at times. You could hear it sliding around, and clarinet. One thing is, it was lacking one thing that most people associate with jazz often, and you know what that is? There's no saxophone in that, right? Early jazz, there isn't any saxophone, right?
Because it hadn't been invented. No, it hadn't come to
America. No, it just hadn't come into the fray. It wasn't, early in New Orleans and early jazz. Saxophones I think may have been around in New Orleans, but there really wasn't anybody playing saxophone down there. It wasn't until a guy named Art Hickman out in San Francisco started to. He had saxophone in his band, so it was saxophone came later. It was coming in the 20s, but early jazz, which is before this recording was made, right? Long before this, a decade before, there was a lot of jazz in New Orleans that wasn't recorded. But Jelly Roll Morton came up in that scene. And
there's a line in Funny Girl, the musical Funny Girl, with above Fanny Bryce that says Jelly Roll Morton and his shiny cornet and Jasm Baraz or Jasm Beret.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, Jelly Roll Morton played piano, not cornet. So he's
well,
the pianist.
Talk to Julie Stein in that.
He's
one.
also well known because he was one of the first people to really to write arrangements out, and if you listen to that piece of music, there's sections in it, and there's a lot of arrangements parts. There's solo breaks in it where the band stops and you hear a soloist play for a measure or two, right? And then right? So that was one of Morton's hallmarks, and he didn't think it was jazz unless there were breaks, because that's where the improvisation was in between those breaks. Right.
Oh,
so the improvisation. There was two places where there's improvisation. The collective improvisation, which is where that point where everybody's playing something different at the same time.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's a mark of early jazz in New Orleans. The New Orleans sound is that collective improvisation. It really served a very interesting purpose at the time, because you got to think about. At that time, there's a lot of partying going on in New Orleans, right?
Of course, yeah.
That's what that city's all about. Always has been. So let's say you're a group of professionals who play for a living, and you're at a club, and collective improvisation is a good way to get to expand a piece, right? So if everybody knows the song, you can have a piece, you can perform the song for an indefinite period of time, right? So everybody can just collectively improv. So every song has sort of a form. It's a cyclical form that keeps repeating. So you start out and you present the tune, which usually has a melody that's played by the cornet, and then there's accompaniment that's played by the clarinet and the trombone and the rhythm section. In this case, a banjo. By the way, there's no guitar yet, because guitar wasn't part of the instrumentation until it became amplified. So it wasn't until you had electric amplifiers that a guitar could be used in a jazz band. The reason you hear a banjo is because banjos are loud, right? And banjos don't need amplification, right? And a lot of times you won't hear an upright bass either. You hear two.
But there is an upright bass.
There is in this recording. And what they did is they made the recording, and the bass, they put the bass really close to the horn. When they recorded it live, they put the bass really close, and they put the horns and stuff further away from the horn. That's why they can adjust the balance on the recording. That's how they did it.
This is not. They're not recording 4 times and placing it together.
No,
they're doing one take.
They're recording right onto the disc, and then I don't know how they reproduce them, but I remember there's sometimes they would record onto several discs at once, I think, but they would record right onto and it was all
right into
there's no fixing it. There's no
Yeah.
You can't punch into an early jazz recording. But anyway,
I think they recorded on a metal disc and then they pressed like the reverse. That's how they made the vinyl.
Right. I'll trust you on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But one take, right? And the balance was really adjusted by proximity to the. Sometimes you see early pictures of those recordings. They're all standing in front of a big horn, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's all getting and then at the other end of that horn is a needle.
Yeah.
Right? So, anyway, I forgot my train of thought, but. Morton he wrote arrangements for that stuff, so he went into the studio very much planning what would be happening. But in order for jazz to be present, there have to be improvisation. So there was improvisation in the collective improvisation. So what the clarinet and the trombone are playing behind the melody, they know what the chords are and they know the tonality of the piece. So they have they have a collection of pitches that they're working with, and they're kind of not making it up because they've played the tune a whole bunch of times. It's just there's a lot of variation, a lot of possibilities, and they choose a path. The clarinet's playing what's called obligato, which is like a lot of fast notes that are part of the chord and like scalar passages that outline the chord and the harmony. And then the trombone's usually playing chord roots and fifths and sliding between them almost like a bass player.
What I found interesting in the number was that there was the clarinet, like you said, the sort of like. Woo! Well, I don't know.
There's all kinds of what you might call techniques or elements of style and ornamentation and all kinds of things. The trombone's what's known for sliding, by the way. That's called tailgate trombone. That kind of. You can hear that in there. Sometimes it does sound like it's clarinet, but the clarinet can can do slides on a clarinet too. It's a little trickier, and you probably heard both in that. I'd have to listen again.
Sure.
It's funny that you could listen to that 10 times and hear a different thing every time. But also if you listen carefully, you can, and that's some virtuoso piano work. I mean, Jelly Roll was a fabulous piano player, right? So. That's something you can hear that in the way he constructs what he's playing.
Sure.
Another thing I found interesting about that piece is swing is a very specific thing rhythmically, by the way, and it actually that particular piece didn't actually swing. It has a straight eighths feel.
It sounded more like if you were going to place it if you were going to, I would put like ragtime. Then this.
It has. It's more rhythmically related to ragtime than it is the swing of Louis Armstrong and this is the period where that all of that stuff was kind of mixing around in New Orleans, and there's later on you can hear later Jelly Roll Morton stuff that does swing. There's actually a recording of Jelly Roll Morton playing Maple Leaf Rag. It was actually a piano roll that was made by that's a recording of Jelly Roll Morton playing Maple Leaf Rag, and that swings. So, in case you don't know what swing is a rhythmic device. Actually, it's a lot of things. Actually, it's a term that's broadened out a lot over the decades. Right now, to say something is swinging or is swings could mean that it has a great rhythmic feel. So, but there's also a very specific reference to swing in that there's you take the pulse, which in that piece is about here, and each beat. If it was swinging, it would have a triplet subdivision of the beat.
Okay, so can you clap that for me?
Doodly, 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 and then you tie the first two notes together. Yeah. So then you get doo da doo da doo da doo da. So you get long, short, long, short, long. It's kind of like a rolling egg, right? That is a swing thing. That's like and a lot of jazz has swing in it. In fact, it's one of the chief characteristics. There's a lot of characteristics that would make what jazz music is. and not any one of them is necessary for jazz, but you have to have a certain combination of them in order for it. Like just swing alone is not enough for a piece to be a jazz piece. I don't think it has to have a little bit of blues in it, or and some improvisation, or and so there's a collection of characteristics. Swing is one of them, but here's some jazz that doesn't have swing, that doesn't actually swing. The eighth notes are straight.
Yeah.
In that, so the subdivision isn't triplet but duple. So each pulse is that's the subdivision of the pulse that they're working with. So almost everything you're hearing is derived from that. Although I think the clarinet might be swinging a little bit in there too. So I think there is some swing with them. But it's weird.
It sounded to me as if you could to dance to that.
Oh, swing is very much something that it compels people to dance. That's one of the reasons why. Why
now, would that
evolved
piece?
into music.
Well, that would make me want to do the cakewalk or something. It would not be putting, like you see the jazz. Well, here's a question then for you: the word jazz itself, refers to something.
Jazz. And
it came from JASS.
Yeah, initially the first time it appeared in print was it had S's, and it was referencing what ragtime musicians did to popular song. They jazzed them up. They syncopated them. Right, so they would take popular song that already existed. This is usually the 19th century music,
right?
And ragtime musicians, African ragtime musicians would rag the pieces, and
rag meaning like you take a rag and you turn it or
maybe I mean that might be
like like washing
syncopate it. It could, I don't know if it's referencing that or not, but ragtime was, I think it was more like tattered rags, right? Sort of tattered, maybe. To kind of mess it up.
I getcha.
Sort of to make it sound a little bit more chaotic, I suppose.
Yeah.
So, but jazz was when ragtime and a little bit of blues were sprinkled in there, and it was used to reference that music.
Which came first, blues, jazz, or we know ragtime came first. So
hard to say when blues and ragtime were pretty. They came in the 19th century, so they were both genres that predate jazz, right? And it's a combination of those two things, along with European harmony. And that they all kind of came together early in the 20th century to make jazz. But there's a whole collection of music genres that predate jazz that are part of like elements of its style. Ragtime being one, spirituals, field hollers, blues, march music, brass bands, marching music, John Philip Sousa. All of that stuff was around, and there was even in New Orleans had this is interesting thing. This comes
and this is where the jazz began in New Orleans, and then it went north to Chicago, I think, probably.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah. Traveled up the Mississippi River.
Yeah.
And then,
okay, but an interesting thing you were about to say. Interesting thing about New Orleans.
Oh yeah, they had 3 opera companies, right? And there was a Creole culture there. There was African culture there. There was Creole culture there, and there was European culture there, right? And there was 3 opera companies. There was a Creole symphony orchestra, right? Creoles were people of mixed race, right?
Sure, right.
But they identified primarily with their European ancestry, right? So, and they were trained musicians, right? They identified and they were often all the Creole musicians were formally trained, right? And then the Jim Crow laws kind of forced them and the Africans together politically, right? And then that's kind of how jazz came to be, was the mixture of Creole musicians. I think Jelly Roll Morton was a Creole player, right?
I think you're right.
Yeah, and and so he was classically trained, very skilled musician and composer and arranger and all this.
Right.
So he, he.
I
combined-
remember reading that they would go from town to town. I mean, they were itinerant in a way. I mean, or maybe I'm
sure. Well, all musicians were at that time, and
Yeah.
there was a lot of work because people didn't have stereo systems. Nobody had iPods or.
You
or
had to go somewhere to hear this.
Yeah, even the recordings that were being made, very few people had a record player, right? I mean, that was something that very rich people had, but the rank and file people, if you wanted music, you either had to make it or go somewhere where somebody was making it, right?
Yeah.
And the good old days.
Did you by chance see that wonderful movie that the zombie movie about jazz? What the heck was it that won the Academy? Oh, Sinners.
I
my
didn't
God.
get all the way through.
You didn't get
No.
all the way through?
No.
Listen to him. What was there a reason for it?
It just wasn't my cup of tea. I
Isn't
got about
that
halfway
interesting?
through, and it wasn't doing it for me.
Yeah, interesting. Wow. Okay, so I don't know whether we hear a little bit of that song again, or you know what? I'd love to have you hear.
I listened to everything that you sent, by the way.
Okay, Is You Is My Baby by Grace Kelly.
Yeah.
Or do you want to hear Emmett Cohen and Veronica Swift?
No, I want to hear Emmett Cohen and Patrick Bartley. I'm a Patrick Bartley fan.
Are you?
That guy's a sax player.
I knew this.
And Grace Kelly's fabulous too. That piece, though, she hams it up a little too much for me in that one. And that's,
Really?
I'm not her audience in that. And that's great, though. I think Grace Kelly is a fabulous sax player, and I
For you old people
not
out
her-
there,
I'm not
Grace.
her
We're not
target
talking
audience.
about the movie star. We're
Right.
talking about Grace Kelly, the
she's from-
saxophone.
She's from
This area,
yeah, she's
or
from
no?
the Berkshires, I think.
Berkshires, yeah.
Yeah, she's been around a little while, and she got some really good training early on, and she's a fabulous sax player. But what she's doing in that thing is great. I mean, people. I'm sure
You're going to hear it
like
because I'm going to have to play it now that
I
you
watched
said
the
it.
video of her. She's dancing and doing.
Oh
all
yeah,
kinds of things
yeah.
that
I needed
musical
to
things.
get a song where somebody was singing.
Oh right.
As well,
Okay.
a singing jazz person.
She sings too. She's
Oh yeah, well that's why I chose that.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, but we'll do Scotch and Water.
okay.
Fix it, bartender. Please deliver Scotch and Water. This is a part of a longer. The problem with jazz is for shows. And for even
they're long.
they're long. You
The
can't.
long extended solos. You don't find that in Jelly Roll music. That was after Miles Davis, right?
Oh, was that after Miles
it's the
Davis?
bebop era when improvisation became the focus, right? So,
They
and
had-
this young player that
Yeah.
you have here, Patrick Bartley,
You-
he's
you-
in the tradition of Cannonball Adderley. He's a Cannonball. Kind of
Cannonball
prodigy.
and Berkeley School of Music, I think, right,
Yeah,
as well.
He's I think so. Yeah. he
And
plays
did
like that.
Emmett Cohen come
Ferocious
from?
alto.
Emmett Cohen is EMMET Cohen, COHEN. I feel like I own him. I feel like he's my son.
Oh,
sort
wow.
of. It's the son I want in my life. It's the person that I want in my life.
Yeah.
Sort of like you. But I mean, if I wanted to have a dinner party, I want him to be there. But I want him to bring his piano. Well, I have a piano. He wouldn't want to play my piano. But Scotch and Water, Patrick Bartley on sax,
Yeah.
Emmett Cohen on piano. This is a short bit of a 2-minute, 46-second
It's a
version.
YouTube thing, right?
Huh?
It was a YouTube thing, right?
Yes, it's a YouTube, and it's called a transcription. I don't know why they call it a transcription.
Oh, maybe he is playing a Cannonball solo. I bet you that's it.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
Support for community programming provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. Visit bettsplumbing.com or 14 Coleman Avenue, Westfield. Public welcome.
Listen to me, Michael Buster McMahon, Mondays 8 to 10 a.m. to learn the stories behind your favorite songs. Or don't. I'm not the boss of you.
Community Radio.
107.5 FM WSFD. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 107.5 FM WSFD-LP Westfield.
Wow, it is Tuesday. It's Bastille Day, July 14th. We had a little Cannonball Adderley translation there.
Transcription.
Transcription.
Yeah.
And, when I saw it on YouTube, there's a larger, Scotch and Water goes on for 6-8 minutes long with Emmett Cohen. Okay.
Yeah.
So you describe, because it sounds so much like Cannonball Adderley.
Yeah. So my guess is, and I'm going to have to confirm this, but I'm pretty sure that if you just Google Scotch and Water Cannonball Adderley solo, you'll find you'll find a recording somewhere of Cannonball actually playing what you just heard Patrick Bartley play. So Patrick had this fabulous alto saxophonist who's studied Cannonball, and part of that study was to go and record or listen to recording of and really kind of it's part of this what jazz musicians do these days is that you take recordings that's a primary source material of contemporary jazz players and they you kind of absorb the improvisation of somebody, just like you learn to speak from your parents. You learn to play from the great jazz musicians, so you learn their solos, and it helps you get inside their head a little bit and learn from them, right? And a lot of people, I think, mistakenly think that when you do that, you're stealing from like he's not stealing from Cannonball. It's a tribute to him, but he's assimilating some of what Cannonball does, but if you were to hear Patrick Bartley play his own solo, which there probably was some of that in there anyway. He's not going to sound like Cannonball. He's gonna find his own voice, but that's what that was, is a transcription of Cannonball, probably interspersed with some of his.
Well, I said I said that isn't transcribed in a sense because he didn't have music in front of him.
Well, he didn't.
Then you said. Yeah,
well, when you can't help but memorize a transcription because you spend so much time with it, because you have to sit and listen to passages over and over and over again and learn them basically by ear, and then but then he probably did write it down. That's usually when you're a student in jazz and you're learning, you write your transcriptions down just so you can kind of look at them and juxtapose them with the chord changes of the tune, and it helps you to learn about the language of the person you're transcribing. So it helps you to learn from. But
is that an assignment that it is traditionally given to students of music?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, if you're at a conservatory studying jazz, very possibly you'll have to do a transcription of.
Do your students up at West?
I've done my dissertation is a series of transcriptions and description of the player's style. I did mine on a guy named Chubby Hayes, who's So my dissertation is a collection of transcriptions. That's the original research of the dissertations. Every dissertation needs some type of original research. So it was my transcriptions of Tubby Hayes recordings from 1961, and then I did the transcriptions, and then I did write them down because it helped me to study them, to be able to understand what he was doing a little bit and be able to talk about that in your paragraphs. As my thesis, basically. His style. So
and you were defining his style over someone else's? Is that basically? Yeah. So when you define Cannonball Adderley's style, is there? I mean, like, as you know, do you come up with that? I mean, where do?
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah.
I'm trying
you
to
can read
think. Let
about
me
it.
see. If I were to describe,
Have you listened to Cannonball besides that? I mean, you've ever listened? Like Cannonball's the alto saxophonist on Kind of Blue, right? So if you listen to probably the most listened to jazz album of all time, it's Miles Davis, Kind of Blue, 1959. There's two saxophonists on that album, John Coltrane and Cannonball Adderley.
Right.
And they contrast very much with each other. They're two very, very different players, right? Coltrane was kind of at the edge of harmonic innovation at the time, right? So he's like he's doing things that nobody's ever heard before. Cannonball is more of a consolidator. So he's taking the hard bop sound, the blues sound, the swing, and he's playing it. I've always been really, 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 really. I really admire what Cannonball does on that album, and everything that Cannonball did is just.
would
fabulous.
you? Who is the
Because
grittier?
rhythm in the blues is
Grittier. Who is grittier?
well, assuming that what you're saying, gritty. Means bluesy and
Growly.
that would be Cannonball for sure. Yeah.
Well, he had a hit or two on the pop charts, I think. Cannonball Adderley.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong in there. I don't know.
Maybe that would it.
Yeah.
I know one of the things I'm happy to know is I know that he played
at the Expo in 74.
Yeah, I was only 6 years old. I didn't know
Everything
who
comes
Cannonball
back to
was at the time.
Spokane.
Yeah. But apparently, and actually, there was a professor of mine at Eastern Washington University
Yeah.
where I went to got my bachelor's degree, who got to take Cannonball Adderley fishing, because Eastern Washington is a fabulous place for fishermen. I'm not a fisherman, and so apparently he picked Cannonball up at the airport. Right, because he was a local area music educator, and so and Cannonball was coming in to play Expo 74, and this professor of mine picked him up at the airport, and Cannonball wanted to go fishing, and so he got to take Cannonball Adderley fishing in Eastern Washington.
Oh,
and that's just
oh my God,
that would be. If I could take anybody fishing, it would be Cannonball. I'd pick Cannonball before Charlie Parker.
Well, get this. You know who Lawrence Welk took fishing? I just heard it last night, because what I've been to do as a senior, all of a sudden we get, I'm in love with the Lennon sisters and their harmonies and all that, and they're much better. They're much more. They're not as schmaltzy or corny as they let on.
Right.
That's
what brought in the money.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Welk had an audience that I wouldn't say he was pandering to them, but he was delivering what they wanted. And
well, you know who Welk
fabulous
invited to go fishing with him? Janet Lennon, the youngest Lennon sister, and he went fishing for a whole day. And Kathy Lennon said on the show last night, "Oh God, this sounds like I'm over the hill." That. I don't know what they were talking about. What did they have to talk about? Lawrence Welk and maybe an 10-year-old little girl. And then I thought, oh, please, God, let's not go there in my thoughts. Let's be, because Lawrence Welk is he was pretty straightforward.
Right.
You couldn't, yeah.
A one and a two.
Oh my God, Holy Mother. But they're really kind of good, fun. I would love to have some of your students, young students, watch those shows and see what subject them to an hour of Lawrence Welk.
Lay some of that. Find one that's got a lot of clarinet in it, and just lay it on Liz and see what she says.
What was that? A one and a two. Oh my!
Lay it on Liz Blaze Bennett and see what she says.
I'm going to do it. We're going to do this. Okay. So now, you got to tell us. I'm going to play Emmett Cohen and Veronica Swift. This is the Yardbird Suite.
Yeah.
You want and I thought, wow, is this classical stuff? What is this? Yardbird Suite. What is that?
It's a Charlie Parker tune.
Yardbird Suite.
Yeah.
And it's referring to what does Yardbird mean? It's bird.
Well, yeah.
Is he
Yardbird is referencing I wanted to look up never mind.
No.
they called Charlie Parker Bird, and it's apparently because a yard bird was a chicken, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and apparently the story is, if I get this right, I'm just off the top of my head, but apparently there was a roadkill chicken or something that Charlie Parker cooked, and that's how he got the name Bird. Bird.
Oh,
so,
blame it on roadkill.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's another good tune title.
Roadkill.
Blame it on roadkill.
Oh, I want you to come up with that.
Okay.
All right.
That's a better band name.
I'll have to write.
That's a great band name. Blame it on roadkill.
It is a
or
good
maybe
band
just call roadkill as the band name.
Roadkill.
By the way, the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yes.
Their original name was Tony Flo and the Miraculously Majestic Masters of Mayhem.
Holy mother God.
And it was a thrown together band because they were all in different bands.
Oh, gosh.
And they kept asked to come back, and they changed their name about 4 months later.
But they had did they know that there were...
It's not anywhere. It's not annotated anywhere that it was a nod to Charlie Parker's band.
Wild. How do you like that?
Well,
so
lack of evidence isn't evidence of
correct
absence.
Yes. It very well could have been.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
All right. I didn't get that right, but I was close.
So in this number, we have Veronica Swift, who is from, I think, Massachusetts someplace. And she is a really...
fabulous
and she
vocalist.
tours with Scott Bailey and Scott Bradley and
oh, right.
Yeah, what's that jukebox thing that
postmodern jukebox.
Postmodern jukebox. She's often in that, but she's so much more than that. She is.
I wonder if we could get her here, get her to come and
listen
perform here in Westfield.
Well, here you got Emmett Cohen and Veronica Swift. I'd love both of them.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to reach out to them.
Oh yeah. Well, I wanted because you went to see Emmett Cohen.
I did, yeah.
Where'd you see him?
I saw him at Scullers in Boston.
Everybody knows Scullers in Boston. If you're planning a trip to Boston, it might be worthwhile to look at Scullers, right?
Yeah, and the drummer from Hadley.
Joe Farnsworth.
Joe Farnsworth was playing. He's fabulous.
Oh, was he there?
He was, yeah.
Oh, wild.
And I'm trying to remember the bass player's name and slipping.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah. Okay, so was he alone? Were they alone at Scullers? Emmett Cohen?
Yes, but
with that trio.
There was a vocalist that sat in with him that is, I forget her name too, but I think she's Emmett Cohen's fiance. She's a pop singer. Came from pops, but now is kind of branching out and doing a little bit of jazz.
Really?
Sounded fabulous.
Cyril Amé?
No, I have to look it up.
Please look it up because
I will. Let's listen to it, and I'll see if I can find out information.
Veronica Swift and Emmett Cohen doing the Yardbird Suite. All right, here we go.
Go to the car.
Oh, sure.
I sing this song hoping you'll all find out the man who wrote the Yardbird Suite. Leave you no doubt, tell you about Charles Yardbird Parker was his name. The facts, he carved his fame in history. A sax for his axe. His improvisation was miraculous. A mastermind of rhythm was he. He blew notes that nobody had ever heard before. Till then, blew 'em as they had never been. So often true as genius seems to do, he suffered his life through and gave us a Yardbird Suite. All because he never stopped blowing. When he had his miserable woes, he seemed to perform on his own. He'd make each person listen to feel he had never known what being low down could be. And he knew that blowing that beat music gonna set him free. He blew and blew and blew until he had the changes, had the sound, and that was long before we knew when he was just a boy in Kansas City. So pretty. After he came to New York town, all the local jazz listened in admiration. It was long before his son sounds around the nation, and Dirt deserves a credit for the stimulating renaissance of jazz. It makes me very happy to announce a goodly portion of his best works recorded. So have a want some Yardbird Sweet. We sing this song, hoping you'll all find out the man who wrote the Yardbird Suite. Leave you no doubt, tell you about Charles Yardbird Parker was his name. The facts he carved his fame in history. A sax for his axe. His improvisation was miraculous. A mastermind of rhythm was he. He blew notes that nobody had ever heard before. Till then, blew as they'd ever been. So often true as genius seems to do. He suffered his life through and gave us the Yardbird Suite. That's it. That's all she wrote. The pencil broke. His dad used to say. Oh man.
Support for community programming provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. Visit bettsplumbing.com or 14 Coleman Avenue, Westfield. Public welcome.
Join me, Tina Gorman, each week from 6 to 8 a.m. for Wake Up Wednesday, when my guests and I discuss health, wellness, and lifestyle reimagined.
Community Radio.
107.5 FM WSFD. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 107.5 FM WSFD-LP Westfield.
Well, it is July 14th. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe we're halfway through July. Merry Christmas, everyone. Really. All right, so we're with Ed Orgill from Massachusetts. He's not from Massachusetts. He's from Spokane, not Spokane, right? Put the hat on there.
Which comes from Spokane, which is the tribe of the branch of. I think they were a branch of the Colvilles or the Nez Perce Indians.
Right?
They were adjacent or.
It's the home of punk rock, grunge rock,
that's
garage
Seattle.
rock.
That's
Seattle. Oh, got the wrong.
Although I learned something.
Yeah.
I played with Pearl Jam when I was in high school.
No.
I was on a show. This, and I didn't even know this. A friend of mine told me this because they were just another band that played this show that I was a part of back in Spokane years and decades ago. And I played with one group that was really kind of more jazzy oriented.
Yeah.
And it was like one of these multiple band things in Spokane at this place called 123 Arts. And Pearl Jam happened to be there too. They were playing that night, but it was long before they became.
Okay.
Wait,
right in his
Pearl
resume.
Jam, I think it might have been Nirvana. It's one of those two bands. I don't remember which.
Either
one.
Sorry. We're adding it to your resume, and we're not telling anybody. All right. So So you go to Scullers and you see that Emmett Cohen. Okay, who is? Oh my God, he's so wonderful, and you can learn a lot by watching him because. His shows on television are on YouTube.
Yeah.
Really, they have it over the keyboard, so you see his movement on the keyboard. Mm-hmm. Interesting, but more than that, the love of music, of live music.
Yes.
That this man exhibits, and his knowledge of all kinds of music and his ability to accompany people.
Yes.
He's
very much actually kind of a modern day Jelly Roll Morton. You know, he's
Yeah.
probably very much like what Jelly Roll may have been like. I don't know. I mean, it's just
Yeah,
a guess. But
sure.
But he's very much in the vein of jazz pianists. that
Okay, so question
go
for you.
back
How
all the way,
much
yeah.
does it cost to go to Scullers to see a live person? Like Emmett Cohen? Is it?
I don't know. Sonia picked up the tickets. I didn't ask her how
Oh,
much.
all right. Maybe. Was it like hundreds of dollars?
Well,
no.
a lot less than it would cost you to go see Taylor Swift in a stadium. I'll tell you that.
Oh, all right. Okay.
But
got it.
still, you know, a respectable amount. I think we probably paid
Maybe 80.
$100 for him or something.
Yeah, maybe 80. I was going to say 80, 75, 80, something like that.
Yeah, probably.
But they probably have seats
worth
in
every
that.
penny. Oh my gosh.
Really?
Oh, absolutely. It's totally worth it. I'd pay more than that to see him. But I mean, it's. And then, you know, Scullers is kind of an intimate place. It doesn't seat that many people, maybe 200. I don't think it's even that many.
Yeah.
I didn't count how many people are in the room, but it's a club, you know, it's not a concert hall. But it's set up nice. The acoustics are really good.
Was Emmett Cohen playing a wide variety of music, or was he focusing on some of his new works, or something
no,
that
he played some standards.
Yeah.
And no, it was definitely a jazzy experience, meaning that there was just a lot.
Could you eat?
But
You eat at the place too?
Yeah, I had a cheeseburger.
Oh,
yeah,
cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. We were a little too close to the door. That kind of bugged me because
they kept swinging
the
it.
kept coming in and out, and that kind of bugged me.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
But no, he's fabulous, and you can tell he's having a blast, and he loves to play music, and it's really evident.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy to hear that he's married, getting married, because I don't know how he has the time to do anything, because he's all about, his whole life is music. I mean, like that's basically.
His parents were at the show, which was
were they?
Cool. Yeah.
Oh, cool, real cool. So he was playing. That was scat that Veronica Swift is doing there. This Yardbird Suite was telling
what she
a
was
story.
doing is vocalese. And
vocalese.
what Emmett was doing was kind of scatting along with himself, but he was singing what he was playing, which in itself is kind of a skill. George Benson did it on guitar a little bit, you know? But it kind of shows that he was playing his train of thought, you know, and he was singing this train of thought and just playing it at the same time. That's kind of when, if you watch the video, Veronica puts the mic up to him because he starts singing before that happens.
Oh, yeah.
What she's doing is, first of all, somebody put lyrics to Yardbird Suite, which initially didn't have lyrics. It was a Charlie Parker composition, right?
Oh.
So I'm not sure who wrote
that
the lyrics.
wasn't.
It might have been Eddie Jefferson. He was the guy that was famous for writing vocalese, putting lyrics to bebop melodies, right?
Right.
Eddie Jefferson did that, but he's not the only one that did it, but he's the most famous one.
So was this a song that Charlie Parker was riffing on, let's say, All the Things You Are, and then it becomes...
I don't think that Yardbird Suite is a contrafact. I could be wrong. I got to look that up. We should probably look it up because I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It might be, but I don't think it was.
Well, let's just see here.
It was a contrafact.
Well, okay, so you said it wasn't scat.
No, because when she started, I think she was improvising with words instead of scat syllables. So it's arguable whether you'd call it scatting or not, because she was actually speaking. You know,
yes,
you were hearing her say words, but she may have been improvising that stuff. But she also was singing the melody of Yardbird Suite. And there were lyrics set to that.
Well, get this. It's a club, a jazz and blues club in Edmonton, Canada.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yardbird Suite. Named after it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yardbird Suite is a bebop standard by Parker. 1946. I always think of him in much later than that for some reason.
No, that was...
It combines the nickname Yardbird, often shortened to bird, and a colloquial use of the classical term suite. And the composition uses a 32-bar AABA form. Okay.
Yeah.
Hipmolly becomes an anthem for beboppers. There it is.
There it is.
Anthem for beboppers.
Yeah.
The only three commercial. There are only three known commercial recordings of Parker himself playing the tune. Okay, and never copyrighted. The track was frequently issued on a single. The third known was a session of the et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
So it wasn't a contrafact, which Parker was famous for writing contrafacts, which were bebop melodies composed over the chord, the harmony of an existing song, right? Pretty
gotcha.
common thing. It happens.
Yeah.
You know, the
Yeah.
blues is essentially every blues tune that ever came about was a contrafact in a sense, right? So it's a you take a tune and use it as a template to write other music. Arguably, just about almost anything you hear you could probably, trace it back to something, because there's only so many chords, and I mean, it's you could. Music scholars do that kind of stuff. So
all right. So now, do you ever play "Old MacDonald Had a Farm"? Have you ever played that song?
I don't, but I know where you're going with this, and it's pretty killing. So these people need to hear this. It's all
Yeah. Well, why? Why is old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had some ducks, E-I-E-I-O.
Yeah, sure.
With what does a duck make? What sound does a duck make? Quack, quack?
Yeah,
no, a duck doesn't go quack, quack, does it?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, all right. With a quack, quack here and a quack, quack. Okay.
Yeah.
This is a really, I put in, I said, would there ever be a jazz version of Old MacDonald? And lo and behold, Ella Fitzgerald does it. But what's so interesting? What are folks going to listen to in this?
Well, it's what she does with it later on. I mean, music has to have an element of familiarity to capture your listener, right? So and I think Old MacDonald does that very well, because everybody knows that melody,
right?
Although I don't know, you'd argue that maybe some of the youth of today don't, because I don't know that melody is around anymore. Is it?
Oh, I don't.
I mean, you and I know it.
I hope it, because it's the name of my show. Old MacDonald had Old MacDonald's Farm down at Westfield End Weekends Center.
You find a random sample of people under 20 years old and ask them if they've recognized the melody. My guess is that you would be surprised how many of them don't.
Well, I'm going to do this.
Okay.
I'm going to start to do this, because I want them to know this song. But what I find interesting in this song we're about to hear is that Ella actually goes up a step. It
modulates,
modulates.
So that's
because it would be boring if it wasn't. You can only hear Old MacDonald Had a Farm a couple of times, right?
Right. Well, maybe.
My kids could go on forever with it, because they're making quack quacks sounds and all that crap.
If you're singing it, I suppose you could go on longer than if you had to listen to it, right?
I'm going to force you to listen to this song.
Oh no, I love this version.
All right, here we go. Okay. Oh, here is Ella Fitzgerald.
Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on this farm he had some chicks, E-I-E-I-O, with a chick here, a chick there, here chick there, chick everywhere. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on this farm he had some ducks, E-I-E-I-O, with a quack quack here, a quack quack there, here quack there, quack 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 everywhere. Chick here, a chick there, here chick there, chick everywhere. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on his farm he had some pigs, E-I-E-I-O, with a oink oink here, oink oink there, here oink there, oink 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 everywhere. Chick here, a chick there, here chick there, chick everywhere. Quack quack here, a quack quack there, here quack there, quack 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 everywhere. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on this farm he had a Ford, E-I-E-I-O, with a clink clink here, a clink clink there, here clink there, clink 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 everywhere. Chick here, a chick there, here chick there, chick everywhere. Quack quack here, a quack quack there, here quack there, quack 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 everywhere. Oink oink here, oink oink there, here oink there, oink 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 everywhere. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm, yeah. And on this farm he had some cows. With a moo moo here and a moo moo there, here moo there, moo 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 everywhere. Old MacDonald had a farm. here, a chick there, a quack quack here, a quack quack there, a moo moo here, a moo moo there, oink oink here, a oink oink there, a moo quack, oink chick. Oh, the heck with it! How you gonna keep them down on the farm like
Join us the second Wednesday of every month for Joe Didi's take on, well, everything. Listen to The Joe Didi Show, second Wednesday of every month at 8 a.m. 107.5 FM WSFD. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 107.5 FM WSFD-LP Westfield.
Wow, it's Tuesday. That was Old MacDonald Had a Farm by Ella Fitzgerald. And boy, if you want to see a musical version of the farm, or no, a visual version of the farm, we open Old MacDonald's Farm, Rustic Charm, and Country Critters, E-I-E-I-O, at 105 Elm Street. We're opening that this Saturday, but next week is the artist reception. It is Wednesday night and Thursday night. We have our jazz wonderful performance up close and musical. You go to westfieldonweekends.com for all the information and whatever. Hey, Peter, how much time we have? I just want to make sure that I rag out everything that I can out of this man.
Peter, you have about 5 minutes left.
5 minutes left. Okay.
Because you're actually almost on time.
I'm almost on time. How do you like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's a good one. Okay. I'm going to ask you a question from the ethics column here. This is on social P's and Q's. Okay. This is from the New York Times.
Okay.
All right. I got to put my glasses on to read it. Wait a minute. All right.
The recently subpoenaed New York Times.
Yes. Oh, my God, recently subpoenaed. Oh, my God. We could go there. Oh, God rest his souls. All right. I have been to plenty. Okay. My wife and I enjoy hosting parties with live music in our home. The only request we make is that guests refrain from using their phones to record or film the performances. Recently, an attendee openly ignored our wish. I asked him to start filming, but he refused. He said, "Get over yourself," and continued, Is this request a lost cause in the smartphone era? Ed, help me.
It probably is, but I still think there's a term for the person that was recording that was, and that, I don't know if I can say it, but I agree with, the people that host the concerts. It's not appropriate to pull out your phone and record things in a live performance. It's just not, but people do it anyway.
But it's in your home. You're having a party.
Yeah. Still, it doesn't, do we have to do that with everything? I just can't you just enjoy the music and then seek out another one and
the
enjoy
answer is
that?
no. You don't have to do it with everything. You should just be there, present in the moment, and enjoy.
I agree wholeheartly. I think that there's way too much of that in
The
society.
minute you start to hold up your phone, I do it all the time at Up Close and Musical, and it kills me because I have to do it. I always want to do it in one sense.
So Bob, I'll buy you a tripod. You can just start recording at the beginning.
Well, we have
that. Be present and record it.
There's that, and then there's the thing that Emmett Cohen's doing, which is great, but I still, I just have a really tenuous relationship with recording of any kind, because I just think that.
Well, what do you say to your guests then? What do you do with that situation? You're in it, and what do you do?
Well, it depends on how far you want to take that. Do
you stop playing totally?
Well, now this is the host asked them not to do it, right? The musicians,
and they said, and the guest says, "Get over yourself."
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I that's hard to say. I don't know.
Get over yourself, Ed.
You could ask them to leave.
Oh.
Well,
let's see what the I have been to plenty of parties where hosts have asked guests to turn off their phones or to stow them in lockers. What? their rationale is usually to encourage guests to be more present at the party. So you do not take your phone over the threshold of my party. Okay. Aside from a few parents who refuse to be unavailable to their babysitters and others who claim to be waiting for important work calls, I've never seen much pushback about this.
Is this from
This is New York Times.
columnist?
This is the columnist answering.
Yeah, but they're missing the point.
Wait a
They
minute.
talk about recording.
And I enjoy being untethered from my phone for a while. Okay?
All right.
The trick here is in the asking. Let your guests know in advance what you want. Mention it on the invitation. No recording or filming, please. So guests get used to the idea. As for those who disregard your request or respond rudely to reminders, keep a list of people not to invite back. You're going to keep a list. You're not going to cover it that night, but you're never going to invite them back.
Oh, that would be okay. I can see that.
Would you think that you should ask your party guests to submit their phones as they walk in?
No.
I was at a party this weekend, and someone had their phone out the whole time and was on their phone the entire time.
That's rude.
Yeah. We all thought it was rude, but
Yeah.
but no one dared to say, would you mind putting your phone away?
I would. I do it to my wife all the time.
You
Drives
do
me
it? Well, you
bonkers.
could do it to your wife, but would you do it to a person who had been invited to the party?
It depends on whether you want to, fight rudeness with rudeness.
Yeah.
I would say it's encouraged not to use your phone the entire time you're here. It's okay to check messages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's
Ed,
being
You shouldn't
polite
have
about
to
it.
say. I mean, you shouldn't have to say that to
I know, but you do nowadays.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
Another thing is, check out what Keith Jarrett used to do at live performances. Because back in the 80s, people used to bootleg recordings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It used to be really not cool.
Yeah.
But then, and it still isn't cool, but it just got so, since everybody's got a high quality recording device in their pocket, and it happens all the time with the Amherst Jazz Orchestra or when I'm performing. You'd be screaming at people constantly to tell them not to do it, but it still doesn't change the fact that it's actually rude to just pull out a record a musician live without their consent.
The Bare Naked Ladies were the first band that I know of that actually recorded every single concert, and you could buy a copy of the concert you went to so they wouldn't bootleg it and people would actually enjoy the show.
Interesting.
That's smart.
Yeah.
I actually own the concert. I own a digital copy of the concert that I went to.
Nice.
Wow.
2000.
So,
90s.
okay, so we need to know where we're going to not film you next.
Yeah. Hey, Peter, good thing to do would be to check out the next performance that they did and compare the two and see how much they changed. My guess is not very much.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Although I have seen the good Bare, I've seen that band myself.
Bare
They're
Naked
good.
Lady. Yeah.
They're very good.
Yeah. Okay, so where are you playing? And you got anything?
Next time I play is with the Amherst Jazz Orchestra on the 20th of this month at Union Station, Roosevelt Room in Northampton.
July.
I had
20th.
a blast listening to you guys at the Jazz Brunch, you and the professors.
Oh,
That
wonderful.
was fun.
Yeah.
So that's at Union Station, Northampton, on the 20th. We hit at 7:30.
Gotcha.
And then the next time after that, I'm in Stockbridge on a Sunday afternoon with a drummer named Bill Chapman and a bass player whose name slips my mind right now.
Yeah.
We played together last summer. We're going to do it again.
At where?
That's at outside the Lions Den, out behind the Lions Den. There's a little courtyard.
Yeah, I love it.
And there's
There's a bar there you can have.
I'm playing noon to 3.
In August sometime.
No, it's late this month. It's going to be July. I want to say the 26th.
26th. All right.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. Well, everybody, listen. You go to westfieldonweekends.com for all the great things that are happening this summer. And I always learn so much when you come here.
Oh,
yeah.
So do I.
You are my pedagogue.
That's a very nice thing to say.
Take your Starfires tickets and get out of here.
Right.
Thank you so much, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Oh, my God, here's Buddy Guy from Wisconsin. He's going to play a song. Peter, there you go. Buddy Guy.
jackhammer man, born with a jackhammer in his hand. Lord, Lord, got them jackhammer blues.
Build your roads and your buildings too. I'm gonna build me a dam or two. Lord, Lord, got them jackhammer blues.
Hammered on the Bonneville, hammered on the Butte, Columbia River on a 5-mile shoot. Lord, Lord, got them jackhammer blues.
Hammered on the Bonneville, hammered all night. Had to bring the people some electric light.
Lord, Lord, got them jackhammer blues. Well, I was born in Portland town, built every port from Alaska down. Lord, Lord, got them jackhammer blues.
Been in jail 1,000 times.
Lord, Lord, got them jackhammer blues.
Jackhammer, jackhammer, where you been? Been out chasing them gals again. Lord, Lord, got them jackhammer blues. I got a jackhammer down, it's as sweet as pie. Down from the hammer till the day I die. Lord, Lord,